Hey everyone, Cassius here, welcoming you back to the Shakespeare Minute. Today on the Villains Countdown we have villain number 14, like yesterday's, a bit of a one-hit wonder, the Duke of Cornwall from King Lear. The Duke of Cornwall in King Lear is one of King Lear's sons-in-law. He is the husband to Regan, the middle daughter, and he's just generally considered a bit of a jerk. As the counterpoint to Goneril's husband, the Duke of Albany, who is an all-around good guy, the Duke of Cornwall fits right in with the two diabolical daughters and their general villainy towards the king and anyone with the king, as well as the Duke of Gloucester, one of the other nobles in the play, who ends up on the king's side.
I thought the king had more affected the Duke of Albany than Cornwall.
It did always seem so to us, but now, in the division of the kingdom, it appears not which of the dukes he values most.
The Duke of Cornwall is not only a bit of a draconian leader when it comes to punishing people who he just doesn't like, and he's generally colored as just not a nice guy. However, just not a nice guy wouldn't really rate being on the list at all. So how does he get up onto this list? Well, it's mostly just the one thing, really.
Upon these eyes of thine, I'll set my foot.
One side will mock another, the other tear.
If you see vengeance...
Hold your hand, my lord!
And as if to counterpoint this, a nameless servant steps up and tells him to stop. This act of mercy on the servant's part is incredibly interesting, mostly as a counterpoint to the evil that's being perpetrated, but also it allows for this conflict to come in. The Duke of Cornwall not only is draconian and harsh in how he metes out punishments, but it's not just justice, it's actually contravention of any sort of mercy. Mercy is offered in that scene as an option. Someone says, you should stop, this isn't right. I think that the best thing I've done in my life is to tell you to stop right now. And the Duke of Cornwall rejects this and keeps going. So it really establishes him not just as someone who, well, I'm carrying out the letter of the law. It's harsh, but it's something I have to do. He also rejects any plea that says otherwise. So that is particularly interesting, even though this is his big major moment. And he does die shortly after, so he's not part of the grand finale or anything that comes in later in the play, but this particular moment is just so cruel and so inhuman, and the fact that he actually has to defend his actions makes it all the more interesting. He doesn't just come in as, well, I'm the big bold tyrant with my sense of justice. He actually has to engage, if only a little bit, with the possibility of not doing so, and then he has to reject it. So that is why the Duke of Cornwall, not just for his one big moment, but the fact that he stands by it and literally dies for it. What are his motivations? We're not sure. He's a bit of a jerk, but it's where he goes with it that makes him all the more interesting. So that is villain number 14, the Duke of Cornwall. Till tomorrow, I'm Cassius. Think of the world.
Out, vile jelly! Where is thy luster now?
Oh, dark and comfortless. Where is my son Edmund? Edmund, enkindle all the sparks of nature to quit this horrid act.